everyone. In today's session, we'll go with the next topic. It is search for genetic material. What is a genetic material? Is it DNA which is acting as a genetic material, or RNA which is acting as a genetic material, or protein which is acting as a genetic material? So this was a doubt for many of the scientists. What are the experiments they have done to confirm that DNA is a genetic material? That we are going to start in today's session. So it is under topic 6.2 in NCERT textbook, search for genetic material. Search for genetic material. Now, the quest started in the year 1926 to find out what is the genetic material. When did the quest start? The quest started in the year 1926. And who is the scientist who initially attempted to do experiments and to find out what is the genetic material? Is Griffith. So Griffith has conducted experiments. The name of his experiments are called transformation experiments. So let's work out what is meant by transformation experiments. Griffith worked on transformation experiments. In which year Griffith worked? Griffith worked in the year 1928. Griffith worked in the year 1928. What is the name of the experiment? Transformation of experiment. What did he do? He has taken a bacteria. It's called Streptococcus pneumoniae. He has taken a bacteria. What is the bacteria called? Streptococcus pneumoniae. What does it causes? Pneumonia. It causes pneumonia in mice. So this Streptococcus pneumoniae has two strains. One is smooth, the other one is rough. It's also called Diplococcus pneumoniae because two will be there together. So since two will be there together, we can also call it as Diplococcus. Diplococcus pneumoniae, which causes pneumonia in mice, and it will kill the mice. Now, there are two strains of this Streptococcus pneumoniae or Diplococcus pneumoniae. One strain, the two strains are called as S-type, smooth strains, and rough type. So, S-type belong to S3 strains and R belong to R2 strain. I told S stands for smooth, R stands for rough. So why is it smooth? Because it is having a capsule around it. So it is having a glycoprotein capsule around it. Since it is having a glycoprotein capsule, it appears smooth. But R, there is no glycoprotein capsule. There is no glycoprotein capsule. Since R is not having glycoprotein capsule, they are rough in appearance. So that's why they are called rough strains. So that means if we have to draw the diagram of rough, the rough diplococci will be like this. And if we have to draw the smooth colonies are like this. Now, the capsulated strains are virulent, they are pathogenic, they are disease causing. So, since it is having capsule, we can also call them as capsulated strain. And since it is not having capsule, we can call this as non-capsulated strain. Now, the capsulated strain, it causes disease. So, it is called pathogenic. Whereas this is non-pathogenic. Another name for pathogenic is virulent. It is virulent. Whereas R is avirulent. It is avirulent. Now, he has done a series of experiments. We will see what are the series of experiments Griffith has done. So, he has taken a bacteria, children. What is it? You can call it as a Diplococcus pneumoniae or Streptococcus pneumoniae, which causes pneumonia in mice. How many varieties are there? Two varieties are there, smooth and rough. Smooth is capsulated, it is pathogenic, it is virulent, it is disease causing. It is disease causing, it causes pneumonia. Rough is non-capsulated, non-pathogenic, avirulent and non-disease causing. Okay, so now we will start with the experiment, what he has conducted on mice in the year 1928. Hope you understood the information till here. His experiment name is transformation experiment. He did it in the year 1928 on a mice taking Streptococcus bacteria, right? He did it in 4 steps. He conducted the experiment in 4 steps, right? So the first step 1 we will write down here. He has taken live smooth colonies. What did he take? He has taken live smooth colonies of bacteria. Live smooth colonies of bacteria he injected to the mice. Trying to draw mice. He injected to the mice. Let us give an injection also to the mice. He injected it to the mice. When he has given live smooth colonies which are pathogenic, then mice will get pneumonia and it will die. Okay. Since it is virulent, what happens to the mice children? Mice will die. Mice will die. Why it dies? Because it is pathogenic. Because it is pathogenic, mice will die. Now, step 2, what did he do? In step 2, he has taken live rough colonies now. And you already know rough colonies are non-pathogenic. Non-pathogenic means they don't cause any harm, they don't cause any disease to the mice. So again, in the next step, he injected the live rough colonies to the mice. When he injected the live rough colonies to the mice, since you are telling it is non-pathogenic, the mice is alive. Let it be live, but they are non-pathogenic. So mice will be alive only. No effect on the mice. Mice is very much healthy. It's moving. It is alive. This is his second inference. He told mice is alive. Here what happened to the mice? Here mice died. But here mice is alive. Now, step 3. What did he do in the step 3? Step 3, he has taken the smooth colonies which are virulent and he killed them. Okay. So, he has taken heat-killed smooth colonies. He understood that smooth colonies are pathogenic, they're causing the disease and they're killing the mice. So that is why he killed them. And then he tried to inject again into the mice. Again mice came. So now when he injected, right, when he injected it into the mice, heat killed smooth colonies. So come on, what is your prediction? Since you killed the bacteria, they are not in a position to cause the disease, then mice should be alive, right? Yes, the mice is alive. So here, the mice is very much alive because you killed the bacteria, the disease causing nature is killed off. Now, step 4, what did he do? In step 4, he repeated step 2 and 3 together. He repeated step 2 with step 3. Means he took live rough. What did he took? He took live rough with killed smooth. He took live rough with killed smooth and he injected now to the mice. Okay. He injected to the mice. Now see. In the second case, mice is alive. In the third case also, mice is alive. Now, when you inject together, then he is expecting mice to be alive, right? We didn't give the injection. He is expecting mice to be alive, but for his surprise, for our surprise, mice is dead. Mice is dead. Mice died. Now he got shocked. In second case, mice is alive. In third case, mice is alive. When I combined together and when I injected, why mice died? He got shocked. Then he collected the blood of the mice. And he was checking for the bacterial colonies. Either he should get live rough colonies or he should get killed smooth colonies. Again, for his surprise, he got live smooth colonies in the blood of the dead mice. He got live smooth colonies in the blood of the dead mice. He did not inject live smooth colonies. He injected killed smooth. He injected live rough. Then he got some clarity. He understood that something happened and something has transformed the rough into smooth. He understood that the live rough got transformed into live smooth. Since smooth or pathogenic, they are causing the disease, and then the mice died. Okay. So then he understood that the live rough got transformed. He understood that the live rough got transformed into live smooth. That is why he could able to find live smooth. But then he was unable to tell the chemical nature, what went from this bacteria to this bacteria to convert the rough into smooth. That he couldn't tell. He couldn't tell the chemical nature. But then he just told, this is what is transformation happened. Rough got transformed to smooth, and the agent is transforming principle. He just concluded his experiment telling that it is transforming principle. It is transforming principle. That's what he concluded. He was unable to find out the chemical nature. He was unable to find out the chemical nature. But then he is the first person to initiate, and he conducted this experiment, right? So what is the name of the experiment? Transformation experiment. Who conducted it? Griffith conducted it. In which year he conducted? 1928 he conducted. Where did he conduct? On mice. What bacteria did he took? Streptococcus pneumoniae, which causes pneumonia and kills the mice. Two variants are there, smooth and rough. Smooth will cause the disease, rough will not cause the disease. Smooth one killed the mice. Rough one did not kill the mice. Then if you kill the smooth one, the mice will be alive. If you repeat 2 and 3 together, then the live rough got converted into smooth, and then it killed the mice. Then he told it is transforming principle, but he was not able to identify the chemical nature, whether it is DNA or RNA or protein. Hope you understood the first experiment in the search of what is the genetic material. In the next session, we will discuss about biochemical characterization experiments done by Avery, McLeod and McCarthy, and the final experiment which was done by Hershey and Chase to prove that yes, DNA is the genetic material. If you like the lectures, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.